Hello YouTube, this is Shirley426, and today we have a review of the Beastbox Hell Diver from 52 Toys. I am just enjoying this toy line, so you will be seeing more reviews of these toy lines. So I hope you guys are also liking this line as well. This morning they also just announced or showed pictures of really cool stuff. Like there's a Stegosaurus, there's also like a combiner, a gorilla combiner, which is really awesome, and then there's a submarine version coming out, and I'm really excited for those as well. Alright, so here we have the Hell Diver. This one can be a little bit different compared to the recent ones, which I'll get into that later. So before we start doing the review, I just wanted to mention that I also brought out the Dio. This is not exactly mine. I borrowed this from a friend, so I just brought it out for reference as well, because regarding the Dio or Hell Diver line, there's two types. The one was the cartoon like the Dio, and then this one which doesn't really have actual eyes or something with a different design. So just wanted to point that out as well. Here we have the box. Once again, they did a really good job on the art style on the box, so yeah. And I believe this is the renewal versions, which I think people call it the 1.5 version or something else like that, because the original ones if you see the Dio over there, you can see there's a cannon on the back, but I believe the original first releases did not actually have those as well. So later they were packaged in a much more smaller box, but later they added cannons and put it in a bigger box. But I would like to also point out that they are also releasing a upgraded version of these, where they also do give the Dio or Hell Diver and then these upgrade parts which you can attach on to these guys, which I'll get into that later. But still, so yeah, let's get the components. So there's not much. You get the Beastbox Hell Diver itself in its box form, or at the moment it's in its box form. And then here we have the typical stuff. So number one, we get a catalog, nothing too special going on there, and then we get a card, very cool looking card. I'm actually starting to enjoy collecting these cards as well. And in the background, this actually mentions that the Hell Diver was originally Ghost Dog, which was actually a different color variant of the Hell Diver. Where he lost to Dio in a battle, not the one from JoJo, but that guy. And then so he basically jumped into the hot spring of Hell Valley, which I would assume is like a magma, a volcano or something like that. And then the horrible heat did not actually make him eternal like there. I guess there was a rumor in his world, but basically burned them into crisp and turned them into this design or into this color scheme as well. So yeah, so pretty interesting story going on here. And I would like to point out before we start the transformation is that this thing is actually smaller than compared to other recent Beastbox. So usually the Beastbox would be bigger in cube form. So you can see he's like a centimeter shorter in every way. So and so he doesn't actually come with the box chart. This is actually the box chart for Eris. But if you actually do for some reason have a leftover box chart, you can still put him in, but you can see he's smaller, so he's gonna be wobbling around. But the manual does mention that I believe if you buy a separate box charger, which 52 Toys do actually sell a separate box charger for pretty cheap. I believe they would come with these two kind of rails, and then you can put it on top and bottom of the box mode, and you can put it in which I would assume secure the toy inside. But yeah, not having one of those separate box chargers that are separately sold, I can't really guarantee, but it's good to know they do also give you the option. But I believe the upcoming the upgraded version of these, they also do give you the box charger, and the upgraded parts actually make you can still fold them up into a cube while having the upgrade parts, which actually makes it bigger, like the same size of the usual ones we see today. So yeah, that's actually a pretty good set to get, which I might consider. Alright, so let's start the transformation. The transformation is pretty simple, but this one actually is kind of a parts former, because number one, you want to take out the tail and then take out the head like that, and then fold. So like the head and they all have a locking mechanism. Even the legs actually have like these tabs here, which actually locks into place. You just want to unlock that or unhook it, and then once again, even the feet, there's a peg and hole there, so which gives you secure connection. And then you want to fold the legs up, and then you want to fold or turn the feet 90 degrees to the side, and then you want to extend the leg. Actually, I was not aware of this extension gimmick until recently, so yeah. And then you want to do the same thing on the other side as well, extend. And then yes, despite how this thing looks, he does actually have arms, very small short arms, like they're pretty much hooks. Not that and I don't really have much opinion on them. I say it's a okay design. And then when I make parts form, you need to take the cannon off the tail and then put it on the backpack as well. And there you go. You have the transformation complete. And comparing it with the original Dio, you can see they're the same structure. So pretty much these lines are going to have the same structure and same articulation. The only differences would be either the colors and then which style of head they're going with. So this is the Hell Diver and Ghost Dog type head, where they don't actually have like a physical eye that you can see, compared to Dio, where he actually does have like cartoonish eyes going on here. So it's really up to your preference. Like, do you want a more cartoonish design or a more, you know, serious mech design? So yeah, pretty good. Alright, so let's go over some articulation. This thing actually now, despite having a smaller box form, the size is pretty good, I would have to say. So just to give you guys an idea, compared to a typical HG kit, so here is next to side by side with an HG kit. So you can see size wise, height wise is not too much, but still on the hand it's actually a pretty good size. Alright, so let's go over some articulation. So the head actually was something that surprised me. It actually has a lot of joints. You can move the head up that much as well. You can go up, down that much, and you actually do get a twist on the head. So yeah, and 360 twist is also possible, because I believe this is actually technically on a ball joint, so you do have like a slight head tilt as well, and you can open the mouth a lot to the point where I believe, depending on how you angle it, you can see the inside of this. You can see the neck joint inside as well. And yeah, definitely loving the clear orange parts and the flaming effect parts, which I would assume technically these parts would be like a burnt part, considering the story. Now the legs might be a little bit tricky, because I do tend to get those pegs locked again time to time while moving the toy or leg. But you have a 360 twist on the leg, and we do have a nice bend going on here. But this is technically for the transformation, and it does not go the other way more, so because of the structure here. Which I would assume, like, I guess if you sand this part off, it might be able to move, but I can't really tell. And here's that extension I was talking about, and then we have a very nice pivot going on here. This is, I believe this one's just a peg, not a ball joint, but yeah, we can go 360, and then on the back of the ankle, this one's a ball joint, and so this actually does help a lot with posing. So we have a pretty good spread going on here. So with those extra pivots, you can pretty much do a wider stance for the Hell Divers as well. That's pretty good. And then the tail can go up and down. That's pretty much it, because the tail does not move, or there's no ball joint connection going on here. And then on the back of the cannon, since it's on a peg, we can go 360. And of course, the structure is kind of interesting, because you can see we have these pegs going on here, which kind of locks them into place with a ball joint connection here. So that's like a double connection. So I'm not really sure these cannons are supposed to move in some way. I've tried to do it, but I feel like if I force it, I'm gonna accidentally break something. So yeah, kind of a odd situation here. I mean, I would assume that you are supposed to be able to, like, kind of, you know, extend these out or something like that, but no, it doesn't feel like anything kind of tends to extend, and if I force it, I'm definitely gonna break it. So yeah. And that's pretty much it for articulation. But design wise, I am really liking the design, because once again, compared to Dio, the head definitely has that more mech look. Compared to Dio, it definitely has a much more mech look going on here. But yeah, the Dio also, I do like the design and concept as well. This is pretty much 52 Toys mascot as far as I know. And then all the orange parts you see are clear orange parts, which I am a sucker for these type of color schemes. And finally, the color of this toy actually really reminded me of Cross the Magma. I think these two would go really good together if you display them together. So if you have, like, you know, ideas to display them together, definitely do so. Anyway, I think that's pretty much it for the review. So yeah, once again, it's a very simple toy, very cool toy, and at the same time playable as well. So, and I'm really excited to collect more of these. Anyway, thanks for watching the review. This was the review of the 52 Toys Beastbox Hell Diver. If you guys got any questions or requests, you can comment below. I still have more stuff to buy and build and make reviews on, so please stay tuned. Until then, see you guys next time.